everyone, good morning. Another day, another motivational talk for today. So let's unlock God's truth. For us to understand God, we have to study or understand the kingship of God. God says He's the king. So we have to study what is kings like to understand God. And He says that He came to bring kingdom, and He identified His government, rulership with kingdom, not identify it with republic or democracy or communism or socialism. Pwede niyang gawin yon, but He didn't. He identified it kingdom. That's why it is impossible to understand the Bible until you first understand what king is and what his kingdom is. That's why we have to study kingship. If we don't do that, in that way, we read the Bible and we have our own conclusions with our own interpretations, and we missed what God's meant. There is more of the theologian. What they did is they study, they engross themselves, study deep. They study the words the meaning, but they forget what it's meant. They committed to study deep, but they miss the natural thing. So when we study, we don't want to read deep. We must just write. We study deep things, but we forget what is right. We have, when we listen to a great preach and when we shout, we forgot it's right. It's not right when we shout when we don't understand what God's meant. And it is important. The religious community includes all of us. We're so used to getting something to make us shout that we are more excited about the shout than we are about what God's meant. And we really follow God and we get involved in the religious activity for a feeling rather than a transformation. We have to be aware that it is important, not the feeling is. Rather than the meaning or what God's meant in our life. Hope you understand and have study first the kingship for us to study what God is, for us to understand the Bible is, so that we not astray in a false conclusion, false information into ourselves. Hope you learned something. Thank you everyone, and God